no, 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 no.
Because I'm a stud. I'm ballsy. I don't take no shit from anyone. I smoke my stogie anywhere I want. I don't have to find a hideout place like you.
Because I want wretched creatures who ask such meaningless questions to die! You! And you! And you! I want you all to die! And I want to die too! Oh, yes! I want to die and take everyone with me in a paroxysm of pain and suffering!
Like, knock it off! What's the matter with you? Oh! Oh! Yeah, Scrappy, what's the big idea? Like you want to knock our ears off? So just go back where you came from. And that goes for you nerds, too. Like, hit the road.
Life sucks, and then you die.
You can't keep getting away with it!
Whatever you're talking about, I don't care. My guess is no one's ever loved you before.
Shh.
I have so many sound clips that I just do not play on an average basis now anymore. It's actually a little depressing. Think about how far we've come in terms of sound clip usage, and just how many sound clips exist, and just how few of them I actually use. But anyway, welcome to the stream. Good evening. Welcome, Ash. Thank you for stopping by. We're gonna finish the... Did I put this as role quests? Oh god, I'm such an idiot. It's not role quests, it's job quests, but whatever. Okay, it doesn't matter. Same difference. Almost the same difference. Let me see really quickly. That is not it. That is also not it. Fuck. I had a list open where you could find them, and I don't know where they are. And I closed it like a dumbass. Ooh, that's pretty bad. Hang on. Because we only have, what, 5 to do? 5 is a tall order. Oh, God. Oh, 5 is a lot. No. Alright, we did Monk. Yeah, hold on. Let's go down the list. We did Warrior. We did Monk. We did Paladin. We did Dragoon. We need to do Bard. What else? We did the healing one. We didn't do Black Mage. We didn't do Summoner. Machinist? Let's just go down the list, because I could think of what I have and haven't done. So what's first? Let's do Bard. Bard is going to be a sleeper hit, because I fucking hate Bard. I do not like the class. I do not like the way it plays. Everything about Bard is just not for me. And up until recently, it was the most played DPS class in the game. And slowly but surely, as Machinist became more accessible, and as Dancer especially reached an explosion, you saw there's a massive drop in the amount of Machinists, or in the amount of Bards that exist in this game, which is to be expected. Basically, in one expansion, one of them got removed and changed, and the other got also changed as well. South Shroud. Alright, we'll do Summoner next. Summoner's also in Gridania. Bard is by far the worst job quest line. It's some old dude who likes to sing. I kid you not, I don't remember any of this at all. I pretend that it doesn't exist half the time, and I'm glad I only have to come back here once every... Oh, Odin's up! That's pretty interesting. That's right, it's reset. It's literally reset today, and no one bothers to kill Odin anymore. I don't think you could solo Odin. Is this it? Is it? I think so. Yeah, Harmony from the Heavens. Well, I think I fixed my Wi-Fi problem. Oh, sweet. That's good. Jahantel is at once jubilant and relieved to see you. My young one, full glad am I to see you hail and hold. The rumors from the front lines have me quite worried. I would commemorate this happy reunion with a verse, but there's someone who is worried for you even more than I. Speak, of course, of your comrade Sanson. It would do you well to see him again. Pam visiting. Okay, cool. I don't remember these people at all. Now I and stable connection to places. So basically, what was the problem with your Wi-Fi? Did you have to have Comcast or whoever come out? I can't imagine that that's very fun at all. But I'm glad that you actually your Wi-Fi now works properly, because that's a good thing. Praise the matron, you're safe. Been beside myself with worry ever since I heard of your mysterious disappearance after Gimlet. We fought the Empire too, my unit, and I never experienced such a bloody battle. You've done well to return to us, all of you. Your survival in no small part to Guide-a-Lot. His song spurned all who had reached on the battlefield, turning the tide on countless occasions. For his valorous service, he was awarded a medal from the Alliance. Not that he was ever interested in such trinkets, of course. Lieutenant Guide-a-Lot was an inspiration to us all, but us, we may as well not have been present for all the good we did. May I introduce you to our recruits? They are disappointed with their showing at Gimlet. To be sure, they did not shame themselves, far from it, but at moments when we were hard-pressed, their songs faltered and lost power. I see. As you know, our songs are given power through our fervent desire to aid our comrades. I do not think you lacked this desire. I was simply overwhelmed by the terror of being confronted with death. In his capacity as their senior, I wanted Guide-a-Lot to train them, but no matter how many times I asked him, Nate commanded, he refuses to do so, saying that their songs do not have heart. Is that what he said? Not to discourage you all, but there may be truth to Guide-a-Lot's words. Remember, if a song is to touch the heart, it must needs have heart. Without it, even an expertly performed anthem can hope to, or not even an expertly performed anthem can hope to inspire. Just have to mobile hotspot. I could never do that, and then my internet on my phone is not unlimited, so I can only use it in sparingly. Because again, I'm not a very big phone person at all. I don't really use my phone. Other than for like watching YouTube videos and passing out at night and listening to music. And even then it's slow as fuck now, and I kind of hate it. I believe it would behoove you to experience an exemplar of our songs, and most conveniently we have an exemplar of our art here with us. Will you not play for them? Want me to beseech you as well, my friend. Guide-a-Lot and I have spoken highly of your deeds to the recruits. It would be no exaggeration to say that they idolize you. Rest assured you won't perform alone. My heart will join yours for a duet awash with heart. I am truly grateful, yet if I may be particular, we should have Guide-a-Lot participate as well, as his duty to train them after all, and besides, I believe he would relish the chance to perform with the two of you. A trio it is. Poke no Pokey mentioned catching sight of Guide-a-Lot in the East Shroud. That's the... God, that salute's terrible. That's awful. I used to think the Twin Adder were the coolest because I started in Gridania. Now I think they're actually the lamest. Like, Immortal Flames have the best name, but Maelstrom usually wins PvP. At least it used to win all the time. Oh, is Odin... I think all of the 12s would turns this color. Here's Guide-a-Lot was here, but recently, that's right, Kupo, he went deeper into the woods, saying that Sanson nags like a bloody fishwife. Guide-a-Lot respects you more than anyone, who's, were you to call him, I dare say he would answer. Oh no, I have to do say mode stupidity again. They love this. I'm convinced they keep this around just to troll, honestly. Just because they know they can. Guide-a-Lot does not appear to be in the area. Perhaps you should venture deeper into the wood. I used to do so many of these fates, especially for Atmas, or I forget what step it is specifically where you need to do it, but I used to do so many of them, and now I don't do any of them. There's no reason to. Well, look who it is. As my computer kills itself. which is very interesting. Not even maxed on CPU. That's hilarious. That's some tiresome errand, I hope. A tiresome errand, yes. I blame knew it, but I can't say no to you now, can I? What's this errand then? Sanson and Jehental put you up to it. I should have known. Those recruits are as stiff as their captain. I don't have any hopes for them, but alright, I'll do it. Anything's worth the chance to perform with you. Yes. Got a lot there, you are. I'll tell you who's a surprise show of the performance. And I expect no less than the finest venue for this distinguished gathering. You'll secure such a place for us, right, Chef? Chief? Chief, I'm sorry. I don't know why I said chef. You may depend on it. I want the very best for the performance. Do any locations come to mind? The recruits have shown great interest in our expedition to find the Ballad of Oblivion. In light of this, I believe there's no place more fitting than the Sea of Clouds. The view alone would take their breath away. Sounds good to me. Let's get moving. Very well, I will go and secure an airship for us. Please gather at the airship landing. This is a lot of travel for one quest. You know, it's always weird. They just kind of leave me places. I don't get to walk with them through quests at all. They just kind of do whatever, and I just have to pay. I have to pay to keep up with these fucks. I actually think East Shroud links directly to, oh, that's right, no mounts in cities. I'm cursed. And then after this, because we only have 5 to do, so maybe if there's time and if I'm not too tired and hungry, I'll probably do 1 run of Ivalice, because I'm trying to get my relic. What the hell is this? Oh, I'm never doing that. Can you jump down here? No, of course not. This is why no one comes to Gridania. I say that, and there's tons of people here. My superiors raised their eyebrows when I mentioned another journey to the Sea of Clouds. I managed to win them over with the prospect of another Song of Power. We have our airship. If everyone's ready, let us be away. The recruits have already boarded, keen as they are, and who wouldn't be keen for the coming performance? I never thought this place looked that good, but that's just me. Not that it looks bad, but I wouldn't want to come here for any other reason than necessary. So what's the plan? What are we going to play to this Azure backdrop? Well, seeing as we have a vaunted hero with us, I had a mind to draw inspiration from his adventures for a new piece. It's a great idea, old man. Whose his stories will make for a bloody fine song. Our recruits have yet limited experience lifting their comrades in battle. A song that conveys the importance of camaraderie, that sows the seeds of the desire to inspire. Such would be ideal, I believe. There you go. Intrepid soul who faced a mighty foe, staunch comrades in tow. Aye, this is a rousing tale, worthy of being immortalized in song. Why, already the themes and emotions weave themselves into melody and verse in my mind. Come, my friends, let us lift our voices together in heartfelt harmony. I really like the dancer one. I'm not singing this at all. The dancer one was pretty nice. Yeah, you actually carry around a harp. Even if your bow is a harp bow. You actually use it when you play your songs, which is hilarious. We did Red Mage before. I think it's just this Machinist, Black Mage, and Summoner. And Samurai. By the gods, so this is what it means to perform with all your heart. That was moving beyond words. I felt the lesson of the song with my whole being, the lesson that our understanding for one another is what opens up the way forward. Understanding, to think on it, I may have been too insistent in trying to press our recruits onto Guide-a-Lot. I didn't try to understand his feelings. Guide-a-Lot, this isn't an order, but a humble request. I ask not that you train our recruits, but that you simply get to know them. Through this, you'll come to understand each other's hearts and forge a bond that will lend power to your songs. We should like that very much. Your song touched us to the very core, and we like nothing more than to be able to likewise touch others. You look, these two generics. Alright then, we can get acquainted when I'm in the mood, now that you know what a real song feels like. I reckon there's hope for you lot yet. Yay. I may turn around. That's fine, don't push yourself. Oh, they didn't actually take you there. That's nice. Cannot thank you enough. Our recruits are more motivated than ever. No sooner than we were right back in Gridania than they rushed off to train. I believe I'll go and join them. I'll continue what you and Jahanto started and help them become the finest bards they can be. Gotta let you were coming too. Yes, you did say you would come to, you would get to know them. When I'm in the mood, which I'm not right now, I need to reflect on my experience, really let it soak in. I'm going to spend some time alone with my heart. Okay, cool. Goodbye. If you're going to play the harp, at least let the recruits listen. Forgive me, but I must be away. Thank you for a wonderful performance. Passionate as they are, I doubt not, but they will find their way. Allow me to thank you as well. Truth be told, I too had longed to perform with you for quite some time. It was truly a sublime experience, as if our music had floated to the heavens and rained down upon all creation. The music of that rain, I believe, reached the souls of the fallen, my departed comrades of the gods' quiver. As it reached the heart of an old man who has long lived in quiet penance, it awoke memories of the passion I had in my youth when I yet stood in the field of battle. All this because of a single song, young one. Yeah, okay, cool. Thank you, sir. Goodbye. I'll see you in 2 years. Or actually, I should do these as soon as they come so that I could even take even longer away from them. Alright. Summoner, I'm pretty sure, starts back here as well. I could literally just look. I want to know what the Samurai one goes into, because Samurai is actually pretty interesting. The only reason Summoner's cool is because the class teacher is Ishtola's sister, which is unique. And you can honestly forget Ishtola has a sister because she never talks about her, I'm pretty sure. At all. Yep. And there's no real teleport back here, I don't think. Yeah, to be second best. Oh, she's always second best. It's actually kind of tragic. Sometimes I like to play Summoner. It's really rare though. I'm best at Red Mage. I don't remember this plotline either. I just know you go to Cartno in one of it, to the PvP map. I was just about to contact the Science to ask after my sister, and here you are to provide a report in person. What news? To the first, one of 13 reflections, you mean? I thought my field of expertise a complicated one, but I struggle to comprehend the enormity of your tale. Still, Stola seems to be faring well enough, and for that I am grateful. Yes, before I forget, I actually had a message to pass on to you. Do you recall Summoner Jaja Samu, formerly of the Company of Heroes and current member of the Immortal Flame Summoner Squad? He commands both an Ifrit and the Titan Eggy and is one of the more seasoned. Well, I'm sure no, I don't remember. He's in Gridania on leave, as it happens. Asked me to direct you to the Carline Canopy. Should you stop by? Okay, I believe he wishes to consult you on some private matter. It would be kind of you to lend him an ear if you have a moment or two. I kind of missed the Stormblood quest completion sound. That was my favorite. I really like it. I like the music and the theme of Stormblood. Even if most of Alamigo gets completely thrown to the side, like, very early on. Pretty much everything happens in Doma, you know, for the middle part. It's like an Oreo, you know, you eat an Oreo cookie just for the middle part, but the sides are kind of important in their own way too, just not as much. I was just thinking about you, and here you are. Yumitra had a word on me behalf. I take it. Well, let's not stand on ceremony. Ooh. I don't remember this dude at all. What do you want? I didn't glamour this book either. I'll not mince words with you. I need some advice concerning summoners in Mortal Kombat. They tell me you have a special nature what prevents primals from enthralling your mind. So I want to know... so what I want to know is, what's your thinking on being sent out to the front lines every time a beast tribe scrapes together a pile of crystals? That's just the way of things. Summoner does not work like Final Fantasy X. I mean, I guess it does. But in Final Fantasy X, it replaces your party. Obviously, in this game, it doesn't do that. They change Summoner a lot, by the way. It gets changed pretty frequently. So such is your fate, you mean? So you give in to the inevitable and fight because it's your duty to do so. Well, it's one way of looking at it. Me, I'm in it for the coin. Have been ever since I sold me spells with the Company of Heroes. Most of the soldiers I march with ain't much different. We're happy to put our lives on the line as long as they're persuading for us at the end of the day. The pair that joined in our last skirmish, though, now that's a whole nother story. I've heard of Arnvald and Fordola. Yeah. They both have the Echo as well. Oh, is this where they get the information that they fought about, if they fought Ifrit? One lad's of the Scion, same as you, no mystery there. As for the last, she's a bit more complicated. Former officer in the Imperial Army, captured by the Resistance, steps away from the noose, fighting for Alamigo as a conscript, which is the only reason she's still breathing. Yeah, they fought Ifrit together. Barely more than sprouts, both of them, when they was deployed with the flames to assist with Down and Ifrit. From what I hear, they share your resistance to primal influence, and that's the why. The whole reason they had the dubious honor of standing in the thick of the flames. You can summon Ifrit, Garuda, and Titan, smaller versions of them called Eggies, because the actual ones are called primals. You could also summon carbuncles of those colors. I'm going to tell you right now, you're pretty much never going to summon Titan unless you're literally trying to save the raid or you're doing a specific strat. You're just never going to summon Titan. Shiva and all the other ones, they never added that. That was something they talked about in Heaven's Ward literally like 4 years ago at this point, and they never got back to it and they never added it. To be able to summon other primals. Shiva is kind of unique in this game in that there's no real Shiva primal. It's a person that takes on the primal's power, and I don't think there's anyone who has that now. So Shiva's kind of unique in that regard. Meanwhile, me and my fellow summoners was cowering in the shadows, sending out our Eggie to support those youngsters who have seen less than 40 summers between them. Can't say I cared much for the experience at Barmy. I think they was being made to fight a battle that weren't theirs just because of who they are. And you could talk to them for me, ask how they feel about the whole thing. You're the only person I can turn to. You'll find Arnvald in Railger's Reach, and he'll know where to find Fordola. I think what's kind of crazy is Arnvald is a very important character, and I don't remember anything about it because I think he shows up in A Realm Reborn just randomly. And he has an Echo, and he's like a half-breed of something or other. He's a very unique character that has basically never been a major part of the story at all. Yeah, it's a carbuncle. I forget what the exact command is to do it, because I've never done it, and I don't really like the way carbuncles look, actually. But yeah, as you can see, I have Ifrit Eggie in the top left. You could summon Titan. Titan's more defensive, but they kind of changed Titan, so he's not as good as he used to be. You used to be able to solo stuff with him. I don't know who these two are. Those who can resist the influence of primals are an invaluable asset in our work, still I would be lying if I were to say I was not wholly opposed to fighting alongside the Butcher. Goes without saying that defending the border is paramount. That's not to say we can neglect the threat of primals. With so much to do, I doubt we'll be returning to the Rising Stones. These people are Scion. What is this? Where'd you return? What can I do for our honored champion? Chichisamu said that. We joined them against Ifrit, but I thought of him being more annoyed by our presence than concerned for our well-being. When I save you some time and include Fordola in this conversation, we could visit her in her cell over in the city. Yeah, the only reason they keep her alive is because they have the Echo. They would have killed her. In the same way that they should kill, what's her name? Misija? Misija should be dead. I don't give a shit. After what she did to the Blades all of whom just wanted to fight for their country and ended up dying premature deaths. Yeah, she would be dead. Echo or not. At least you could argue Ferdola was, like, conscripted since she was a kid. It's indoctrination. Misija is just actually just a bitch. You again, you brought company. What is it now? They're gonna have a redemption arc for her at some point, or she's gonna die. My thoughts on fighting primals? Is that what you came all the way here to ask me about? I fight because I like the idea that I can help others, the feeling that my own presence, or that my presence is needed, not hard to explain considering how my own mother decided she didn't want me around. And then there was that nightmare at the Waking Sands. Abba and Ali gave their lives to save mine, so I strive to be the sort of man whose life was worth saving. Very honorable, but no such lofty ideals rule my actions. My own will doesn't come into it. Fighting was part of the deal when they conscripted me with the other convicts. I follow orders and I get to live. If I died on the battlefield, no one would shed a tear. Don't say that. You'd think I'd be glad to see you killed? You'd be about the only person who wasn't. What about you, hero? You're usually the first one they throw into the dragons. Well, let's hear what battles you've been made to fight. Sure. We'll just, who cares about a world? They can't even comprehend it. It's all the same answer, but, you know, I would want to say the other one. Saying you were involved in the affairs of a man who had passed through the rift between worlds, someone who's been wandering as a ghost for 100 years. Not sure if the realm's greatest champion or the realm's greatest liar. I believe you, and to follow the path you walk. Even if I could never hope to carry the same burdens, I can at least work towards having a sturdier back. Speaking of burdens, you know a little something about that, don't you, Ferdola? You weren't fighting for yourself after all, but for your comrades. We are not so diff... Don't pretend my gift is anything like yours. I wanted it, I asked for it even, but got more burden than I bargained for. How many souls were sacrificed for that research? No, the power they gave me was tainted from the beginning. If I can do some good with it, then maybe they didn't die for naught. Satisfied? Then leave me be. I got training to do. I shipped the two of them together. Sounds good. Because unlike Misija, she's actually genuinely not evil. She just happened to be on the losing side. And do a couple questionable things. It could be worse. It always could be worse. Never forget that. She still snarls like a chained dog. Amidst all that growling, though, she gave us a glimpse of her true self. Even that, enough that I'll know when to lend a shoulder, even if she wouldn't let me see her suffering. Now, don't be getting the wrong idea. Same age, same homeland. I can't help but care a little about what happens to her. Anyway, I have my own train to think of. Give my regards to Summoner Jachisamu. I really do like how you have to actually run around and do all the different jobs to get the full story and the full picture of everything. That's probably one of my favorite changes. They actually reward you with lore for doing all this. Obviously, the Bard quest has nothing to do with it. Some of them just have nothing to do with anything else. They're just filler. They're just there because they have to have a quest. That's why I kind of don't like Bard at all. I don't like the job. I don't like the role. I just level it, and then I just forget about it. Which is funny because I got the Eden bow. So I'm going to keep that forever and never use it. I mean, to see them two youngsters then. I don't know why he didn't come with us. That's the way of it. Well, I shouldn't be surprised considering the example they've been given to follow, and I know how they've been approaching these fights. I can adjust my own tactics accordingly. One's passionate, the other's reckless, so they'll both need some watchful support. I'll do what I can to stand in for ye, though I doubt I'll ever replace ye. They'll call me the second best summoner in Eorzea. How's that for humble? Well, I think it's past time I was on my way. Give my best to Mitra, and thanks for humoring me request. Cool. What else is next? Crap. Yeah, I've been doing beast tribes. They're actually, the way beast tribes work in this game is actually really kind of weird. A Realm Reborn, I actually never did any of the allied beast tribe quests, by the way, which is something I do need to do. for all of them. I don't know if they have it for Shadowbringers yet. I can't wait to do work for the elephant people. That's gonna be fun. Okay. I could not play Summoner at a high level. The only caster I could play is Red Mage. I could maybe play like one of each role at a high level. And that's about it. Usually the simplest. Outside of tank. I could play almost any tank but Paladin. I can't play Paladin at all. Everything went well with the Lieutenant, I trust. I won't pry into the details, but I am glad to see you looking so content. To master summoning is an arduous journey, yet I imagine the going is made far smoother with a mentor such as you. I'm somewhat envious of your younger colleagues, and if I am to mirror their progress, I must not allow my own scholarly research to fall by the wayside. Good day. Cool. There you go. Black Mage. Black Mage is like the Brotherhood of Black Mages, which is cool. And then, I guess we'll do Machinist and Samurai last. And then guess what? In a couple months, we get to do this plus 2 new jobs, which will be pretty cool. One of which is Sage. I can't wait to play Sage. I'm fucking jonesing to play Sage. Oh crap, wait, is it not here? Oh, never mind. I am literally going crazy every day thinking about playing Sage, seriously. And I guess since I'm wide awake now, and this is going to be a pretty short stream, admittedly. If these are taking this little amount of time, we're not even 30 minutes in, and we have what? We're on the way to number 3. So this will probably be like an hour and a half at most, and then I'm just going to go record something. I don't even know what. Okay, where is this stupid quest? I don't know where it is. Where's Black Mage? Home for a Tome. It is an old, you motherfuckers. It's in the Steppes of Thal, though. I don't know where the hell that is. Yeah. Finish recording Fire Emblem Part 1. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I need to do the podcast, and then I need to render at... Wait, what the hell is this? Goldsmith, okay. I need to do the crafting quests is what I need to do. Those would be super easy by now. Okay, where is it? Home for a Tome. Is this the Blue Mage ship? Oh, it's literally right next to Blue Mage. Holy shit. Yeah, I do need to finish Fire Emblem, though. That'll have done by the end of the week, for sure. But I am going to record the podcast, and I'm going to do that. And then after that, I don't really know what I'm going to do. I also need to look up how to do this Blue Mage thing. Did I stream doing Blue Mage? I did, right? Wait, hold on. Did I do this wrong? Yeah, I did. I streamed Blue Mage. Yeah, I totally did. Because it was that easy. We're never going to have another true black and blue stream at all. Because honestly, at this point, most of it is just get to level 80 and then run dungeons. Like, it's not even any more open world stuff. Okay. It's a bunch of Lalafells, of course. Look at this robe. Oh, so good. Welcome back to these halls, Who's of the Black. I sense that the dark powers in you are ever burgeoning. Pray tell, where have your travels taken you since we last met? I felt a great mage. It gives a nod. Oh, yeah. A journey to another world, you say? Intriguing indeed. Consider me impressed and even a bit envious. How are you able to peer into the past of the Archmage Neobert and form a bond across the age with his young friend Taynor? Though the circumstances are not entirely the same, I cannot help but think back to my own encounter with the great Shatoto. Speaking of which, I too have been keeping myself occupied. Why, I've recorded every detail we learned on our last journey in writing, that we might preserve Shatoto's knowledge for posterity and avert any similar calamity that may threaten future generations. Just the other day, I put the finishing touches on the final chapter of the final volume, concluding with Shatoto's departure. There is, however, one lingering, Fancy that. I come to check up on Lie here, and who do I find but our old friend Who's? Oh, this is the white mage dude. Isn't everyone's favorite mutton-headed hearer? I need neither your support nor your sympathy, but I suppose you've never been one to let that stop you. Come now, Lalai. You yourself mentioned that you were at a loss for what to do with the records you had described. Yes, I simply hope to inquire as to whether there have been any fruitful developments on that front. So you mean to rub salt in my wounds? Yes, there have been no developments, fruitful or otherwise. I consulted with my brothers and sisters at the Order of Naldal, but to the last man they refused to even entertain the thought. Consulted with? Do you mean to say that you're still a member of the Order? Well, I always assumed you had been excommunicated for your pursuit of the dark arts. Excommunicated simply for the pursuit of knowledge? Perish the thought, but to be fair, there remain holier than thou types in the Order who share this pig-headed hearer's opinion. Irrespective of this, the fact that it remains that the Order sealed away countless tomes in their vaults when they forwarded the art of black magic. Storing my own writings with them, I would argue, is the most logical option. But no, they're too prudish and prejudiced against yours truly to listen to reason. Then again, perhaps if a thaumaturge in good standing with the Order were to put in a good word on my behalf, you may indeed find a more sympathetic ear. What do you say? Of course. This is one of those moments where it doesn't matter what I say. That's my favorite line in this whole game. To tell the truth, the question of where to store her records is not the only matter that concerns me about Lalai of late. Recently, I cannot help but feel that the etheric power within her is shifting, warping in ways I have not felt before. As for why this is, I cannot yet be sure until we discover more. Pray look after her. Yep. Give the thumbs up. Oh, fuck off. I love giving the thumbs up. I gotta figure out where the paint emote is. From Chatternook. If only Blue Mage was a real class, I would be literally screaming 24/7. Wait, where the hell is this? What's the name of this quest? Oh, actually, literally just this. It's crazy how when you don't do this in 2 years, you forget everything about it. I probably did this more than 2 years ago because these quests don't lock you out of any role or any actions, but the Stormblood quest did. So it's probably been more like, legitimately like 3 years since I've done these, right? Because Stormblood came out in 2017. No, it's just under 4 years probably, because I didn't do those in 2019. All of 2020 I didn't do this, and we're now in 2021. So I probably did these like mid to late 2017, and I just legitimately forgot all of them. This is an unexpected surprise, though not an entirely pleasant one, by no fault of your own. The unmitigated gall of you, Lalai. Do you honestly believe that dragging poor Who's here against his will no doubt would convince me to agree to housing your shameful scribblings in our archives? I've said it once and I'll say it again. Until the day you renounce the prayer teaching of Kukuruko, you'll find no friends here. I would see those books burn before I give them home here for our sake and for your own. I swear to despite the pretentious monocle, you remained as blind as a bat to the big picture. Who's the black? Talk some sense into this overstuffed secretary. There's no snarky option. That's new. At least one of us here is capable of communicating like an adult. I will grudgingly admit that there is one other who shares the lie's sentiments. In fact, is none other than our very own guildmaster, Kokaba. Oh, I don't even remember what their name is. Kokabuki. It does not surprise me in the least. Come, who's let's present our case to someone wise enough to understand it. That's hilarious. Some days I wish I was a black mage main, like, and just actually really good at it. I was wondering who that might be behind the screaming and stamping that echoed all the way into this chamber. Sister Lalai, was it? Yes, it is true. I find myself rather convinced by the young lady's argument. It's all but impossible for us to prevent any and all from studying the dark arts. Why then not keep this dangerous knowledge close at hand, where we can keep an ever watchful eye on those who would pursue it? And yet I fear that my own view is not a popular one, and my power to influence others is far from absolute. So I would offer a proposal. Let's state our case directly to the head of the order, to Prioris Dulala herself, that she might pass judgment. You and Lalai will argue in favor of accepting the tomes, and those opposing shall argue against. Should all go well, the Prioris will agree to the proposal, and the tomes will have a safe home. Yet the plan is not without risk. Should your argument be less than convincing, there remains a chance that Dulala may expressly forbid any further research. Why, if she is in a particularly foul mood, your very place in the order might suddenly become quite tenuous. As if there's any chance my words could be anything but persuasive, I accept. Pray summon the Prioris at her earliest convenience. I want to be an edgelord? No, it's just when you're good at Black Mage, you are literally good at the top DPS in the game. But Black Mage is the biggest skill expression of any class, because you could be really good, you could be really bad, you could get a really bad pattern, you could have really bad teammates, you get fucked harder than any other class, but the reward is that you get to do more damage than any other class in the game, which is as it should be. And it's not an easy class to play, and that's why up until recently, a lot of people would prefer to play Summoner over it. But at the highest levels, literally no one plays Red Mage, from what I could tell at one point. Like, obviously there's high-level Red Mages, but more people generally prefer to play Black Mage for either the raw DPS or Summoner because of the movement and also the slight utility of it. Because Black Mage doesn't contribute anything to the group, it just does a lot of damage. So if you're not doing a lot of damage, basically you're just wasting a slot. And that's just how Black Mages are. This is our chance, whose we must simply convince the prayers at all costs. The future of our art depends on it. What is this curious sensation? I knew something was amiss. The aether within you is transforming in the most unusual way. I must admit, I've not felt quite myself lately. My head feels as heavy as stone. This will not do. I'm afraid I must insist you submit to a full examination before the hearing commences. No, she's knocked out. Alike, can you hear me? Someone fetch a healer. Oh wait, that's me. There's no time for panicking. We must carry her to the frontistery with all speed. Yeah, I've had a lot of healers do that. Oh, somebody heal us quick. I'm like, yeah, you're the healer. Or the heals never come. It's one or the other. Shake It Off is not as strong as it used to be. That shit used to be fucking... Shake It Off used to be disgustingly good. And it still is good, too. That's the best part. I fear as I suspected, the etheric balance of her is broken down entirely, and unchecked energies are now eating away at her from within. I can only assume she's playing host to Shatoto's memories has put a terrible strain on her, one from which she has yet to completely recover. I've seen that her mind and spirit are in mortal peril. I have never witnessed this degree of etheric imbalance before. I do not suppose you have? Yes, we have. He was completely shifted to the light. I see, I can scarcely imagine all you have witnessed in your travels, but an imbalance of aether similar to what I now observe in the lie would appear to be behind the phenomena you describe. We can assume that the memories of Shatoto taking up residence in Leilai's corporeal form stimulated her etheric flow, causing it to shift violently in an astral direction. It only stands to reason we could restore balance by introducing a counteracting umbral aspect. By the 12, I think I've got it, and yet the process will not be quick nor easy. I suppose we've no choice but to ask Master Kokabuki to delay the hearing. Delay the hearing? Have you lost what little wits you had? Why, if word got out my condition was the result of my pursuit of the dark arts, it would all but seal Yayake's case against me. No, we must foresee his plan before our opponents are the wiser. Here's my magnum opus. All the fruits of all we went through together. I leave them in your capable hands. Go on ahead and I will be along in due time. Are you mad? You can't possibly mean to attend the proceedings in your current condition. Of course not. Fortunately, I just so happen to know a hero who, despite being an insufferable stick in the mud, has proven himself more capable in the healing arts. Yeah. Leave it to me. I will see that you're back on your feet before the judgment is rendered. Until then, I suppose it's up to who's here. Godspeed. This dude didn't even know he was the healer 5 seconds ago. And what is that staff? I have to judge NPCs on how they look. What the hell is this? Thank you. I prefer to do this without a trace. I've never done it. Probably never will. Unless it's the crafting thing, in which case I have to level all my crafters up because I lost manipulation when they moved it behind a quest. And I can't use manipulation. To this day, I still can't use fucking manipulation, and it really bothers me because you actually need it for some crafts. But now, with Trained Eye, it's easy. It's just I need to actually do it, and I just kind of don't want to. Well, I will enjoy the proceedings a touch late. That's most unlike her, to say the least. She has entrusted her records to you very well. With any luck, we'll be able to use them to our advantage. Now, allow me to see them. The prioress will be here all too soon. Oh, good lord. Lila has not even the courtesy to arrive on time to the hearing she herself requests. I swear the woman's selfishness knows no bounds. I move that her request be dismissed immediately is for her own good. For her own good? Yes, as I suspected, you speak from your own experience, don't you, child? I recall that you, too, once took an unpopular opinion in support of your erstwhile master Mumuepo, one that earned you only the ire of your brothers and sisters. What of it? I fought for a hopeless cause that in the end served to isolate me from my peers. As so I wish to save a life from a similar fate. She must abandon this farce at once and return to her rightful place in the order. To this I cannot agree. In the short time before these proceedings, I perused what I could of these tomes. In their pages are written not only forbidden secrets of black magic, but accounts of astounding phenomena, the likes of which I could even scarcely imagine. No, it's the stream. It's OBS. I'm running some stuff in the background. I apologize. I kind of can't not do it. So this stream is going to be a little bit laggier than usual, which is probably why it'll be shorter too. Thankfully, we're not doing anything. Give it a minute. It'll stop. I mean, yes, it is making the stream lag. You're right, but it's not the game. Oh God, the stream is getting destroyed. All right, I think we're good. Maybe. Okay, I think we're fine. Yeah, I'm running some stuff on the side, and I can't not do it. You caught me at a really bad time. Oh no! YouTube, don't buffer, no! Okay, we're good. Alai conducted her research without the support or interference of the Order, and the fruits that research has borne cannot be denied. While our guild could not support 1,000 others like her, I see little to gain from stifling one woman's passion and forcing her to work within such rigid rules and regulations. What are those glasses? The merits of both arguments are not lost to me. I must confess a degree of ignorance about the matter at hand. All I know is that black magic was forbidden for its role in bringing disaster to our world, and yet you still practice this art. Tell me, adventurer, is this magic as calamitous as the rumors say? Yeah, depends on who wields it and to what end. If I understand you correctly, you would argue that in the right hands, even the art of destruction might serve the greater good. And how are we to be certain that Sister Lalai can be trusted with such potentially ruinous knowledge? Well, she already has the knowledge. She's trying to give you the knowledge. My apologies, prayers, by your leave, I would tell my tale. Shouldn't be buffering anymore. Black magic is an inherently dangerous art. This I cannot and will not deny. Never would I suggest that even a single mage pursue this path without full knowledge of the perils that lie ahead. That's precisely why I have recorded in painstaking detail not only the arcane knowledge I have gleaned, but every last one of the myriad phenomena, both wondrous and terrifying, I have experienced in its pursuit. Unbreakable bonds formed with beastmen we once thought our sworn enemies, bodies and souls consumed by the pursuit of forbidden knowledge, an unspeakable calamity revisited upon our world after millennia. We must leave this knowledge to posterity that our sons and daughters do not repeat the mistakes of our past. Those who do not learn from history are doomed to repeat it. This is the crux of your argument, yes? Very well, Master Kokobuki, I hereby order you to establish a research organization under the auspices of your guild to further study the impact of black magic. I also grant you permission to store the aforementioned tomes in your archives under the conditions that Sister Lalai oversees them. Understood. I will see that both the tomes and Lalai herself find a safe home within our halls. I am still not entirely convinced, but the Guildmaster himself is willing to accept responsibility. I have no reason to oppose. Prayer is Dulala, Master Kokobuki, I cannot thank you enough. Mark my words, you will not regret this decision. I will see to it that this knowledge is passed down as it should be, that the errors of our past will never be repeated. I don't know why I put up the fucking ACT shit at all. Oops. I do believe the proceedings went about as well as could be expected. I suppose this means the lie is now directly under my supervision. Don't think you'll be getting free reign around here simply because I vouch for you, child. I expect regular reports on any and all of your findings. Only through transparency will black magic ever be accepted by doubters and skeptics. I say I shall begin to prepare my first report at once, but before that there is another with whom I'd like to share these findings. That is by your leave, Guildmaster. I believe you know well of whom I speak. He awaits us at the Sacrarium. I don't know where these places are. I think that's... Oh, that's where we started. They all kind of go back to where you start. Except Bard. I don't know, and a couple others. I think what's going to be great is Machinist is going to be a massive shitpost. Crap. It's Goldsmith. As weird as it is, Blue Mage doesn't have a teleport. There's so many teleports in that part of the map. Like, I understand why. You don't really need one at all. You're killing me. Yeah, I didn't fight Go-Go. I'm missing only two Blue Mage spells anyway. I should really just get them at some point. And so, you see, I simply thought that, well... Whatever is the matter, Lilide, this is your moment of triumph. I expect you to be more triumphant. Of course I am. It's simply, well, clearly I did not accomplish this on my own. So who's of the black? And yes, you as well, whatever his name is. You have my deepest gratitude. Dare say this was a momentous day in more ways than one. Once again, Lilide, my congratulations, and you are most welcome. And with that, I should be on my way. When next we meet, I would introduce my colleagues from Stillglade Fane. Now that you are no longer a pariah, I suppose they would not be adverse to exchanging knowledge with you. That's it. He might not come back. Good. Get out. This one I was beginning to taking a liking to that dolt. At any rate, though, my official position may have changed. My mission remains the same. I'll do all my power to preserve our art for future generations. Pray continue to lend me your aid, Who's of the Black. Thank you. Back in Black. Which to this day I'm pretty sure is a tagline for one of the Men in Black movies. Just because. Skysteel has a teleport. It has to be Skysteel. I've been here. This is a pretty shit teleport, not gonna lie. Which one is this? Oh, this is for the tools. Okay, I'm not doing that. Machine is for the Morrow. And my prospectometer never fails. I knew your own well-honed instincts would alert you to my current turmoil. Just our faithful Joy who concerns me. Her behavior has been awfully odd of late. Frequent outings to parts unknown, acting secretive, that sort of thing. It reminds me of the time her father was being held captive. I worry that once more she finds herself the victim of nefarious circumstances. That is, as they say, where you come in. An adventurer and a machinist of your caliber should have little trouble discerning the severity of her situation. Discreetly, of course. I'll make a few subtle inquiries myself, but I fear that Joy, her senses on edge as they are, would soon detect the attempt. As fortune would have it, she only just left on one of her mysterious outings. You'll be able to catch her in the vicinity of Saint Renette's Forum if you leave immediately. Is that literally this place over here? That's hilarious. Sorry, Joy, I hope I didn't keep you waiting too long. I love my machinist glamour. I look so good. Just got here myself, as a matter of fact, but we best be getting along all the same. Aye, today's the day. I can feel it. Dude, it's just Hilda. There is literally nothing sinister going on here. Like, actually nothing bad is happening. I'm surprised Hilda hasn't been put in the trust system. Ah, champion. You have business in the city with my sister, mayhap? Thought I spied her in the crowd making her way to the forum. concern for Joy. He's placed his trust in the right agent if his discretion he requires. As it happens, I may even have information of use to you. It has been brought to my attention that Joy and Hilda have been spotted together in Falcon's Nest on more than one occasion. They both earned a measure of fame here in Ishgard, you see, sufficient to warrant a curious mention to the Temple Knights when the two of them are seen traveling as a pair. I'm somewhat curious about Hilda's activities myself, but I shall leave further investigations in your capable hands. Pray convey my regards to Lord Stefanivian. I have no clue who this guy is. Muscadine. All these people from Heavensward that just never came back again. It must be a real pain in the ass to continuously keep up the story of this game in a lot of ways. Because you have to remember who these characters are. I genuinely praise the story writers for this game. For a bunch of stuff 99% of people are going to skip anyway. We're to divine ought of consequence. Hilda, you say, what in the Holand's name could we be doing in a Falcon's Nest? Not a peep for my prospectometer. I suppose there's not else for it. We must fall back on old-fashioned reconnaissance. To Falcon's Nest we go. My computer is lagging. What happened there then? Oh, I know. Oh, that kind of sucks. Alright. There is stuff I need to do after this. And I need to reboot my computer. That's the other thing I need to do. I need to do that more. We have no idea how famous our machinists have become. I only had to mention Joy and Hilda by name to be inundated with a veritable flood of rumors. It would seem our unlikely pair are en route to the Black Iron Bridge, and just like that we have our next destination. This man is a shit poster. So much. Yes. I love this mount. I rolled a 99 on this mount, by the way. It was one of the best things that ever happened in my 14 career. Feels so good, man. Don't worry, I'm gonna forget the fight now. I'm still 2 fights behind. I'm gonna try to do Seed of Sacrifice this month, which is why I need to get my shit together and actually start beating fucking games. That's kind of what I'm focusing on this week, is I want to beat at least, like, Nier and maybe one other game. What am I going to beat? Everything's a goddamn RPG. RPGs are the worst sometimes. Because they just go on and on and on. What? Oh. Shots from a firearm. There can be no mistaking the owners. Come, we might have a better view from the edge of the cliff. Maybe they're just practicing. Maybe just for once, nice things are happening. Oh, it's happening again. Computer's killing itself. It's no good. I've got nothing. What about you, Joy? Mine's a blank. Easy enough to say, but damn sight hard to do, eh? We always had an instructor before showing us the way. Not surprising we stumble a bit trying to come up with stuff on our own. I suppose I thought we had made a little more progress by now. You sure we shouldn't ask his lordship for a little advice? That'd defeat the purpose then, wouldn't it? If we're to stand on our own 2 feet, we need to work this out ourselves. I got the right of it. We just keep shooting then, and we hope we find our target. Let's move on. What? You know, so how in the bloody hells do you do that? Do you flick the hairbands when you draw the weapon, or... No time for questions, Hilda. Your breath better be spent searching for new things to shoot. Dude, Hilda's great. I absolutely love her. She's amazing. And she, like, never does anything. All these cool characters just never do anything. 'Twas 'Twas I who dreamed up the machinist, and Rostenthal who helped bring the idea into being. The machine we put together, well, that was driven forward by the likes of you and Joy and Hilda. Then as naturally as if I had planned it, you and the two ladies took charge of my designs. 'Tis a strange feeling, how wildly the needle flicks twixt a mentor's pride and an inventor's longing. Yes, Hilda is a great name for anyone in an RPG. It would seem, however, that our comrades are experiencing some difficulties with the particulars of developing new techniques, a problem to which we might offer a solution. When lie their efforts to achieve independence, to simply begin bellowing direction seems boorish. Have you any ideas on how to proceed? We show them a different way. It's called Dancer. Give them an example of what is possible, a fine proposal. What shall we put on display? It's not even my CPU maxing, it's just my computer being weird. But of course, the answer stands right there in front of me. You stand at the peak of the profession, a living embodiment of all it means to be a machinist. All we need to do is have you demonstrate the techniques you have acquired and refined over the course of your illustrious career. What could possibly be more inspiring? I shall head out now and herd a suitably monstrous opponent back for you to dispatch. The sound of shots ringing out should bring the ladies around to investigate, just as theirs alerted us to their location. Right then, we can reconvene at this spot once our little show is concluded. Alright. No, I've heard that 1,000 fucking times. I want to listen to chanting. We're only flying for like 2 more seconds anyway. It kind of sucks. This is such a good mount from a good fight, man. It's a cool fight. It's not even a hard fight. Oh wow, it's actually kind of reasonably tough. Whoop! Oh yeah! Mmm, that delicious drill. I did it again. This is literally just fucking instinct, man. Still one of the best mounts I ever got in this game. As I done, I'm truly in awe of what you can accomplish with my contraptions. Tell me, where'd you learn such control and power? It's the cutscenes is what it is. That's what's causing it. I fear the magnitude of such a journey falls beyond the scope of my prospectometer, but the results of your experience speak for themselves. I'm assuming they were watching. Our two machinist comrades will have certainly gleaned a lesson or two from your expert demonstration. Yes, I believe our work here is done. We return to Ishgard. Yeah, they're watching us. They totally know we're here. Hilarious. I like how there's actually footsteps. That's kind of cool. Like, it's actually an engine. Yeah, I do that a lot. I mean, when I have mount music turned off, it doesn't matter. It's all just cosmetic. But really, I pick the mounts I want to listen to because I actually like... I like the mount music. You know, it's a cool part of the game. It gives a reason to hunt for mounts and to farm it. And then once you have it forever. So I actually do like that. And the new mount that's coming out is Mecha Bahamut. It's what you get for getting all the dragons. And I'm behind on 2, and then come April 13th, I'll be behind on 3. So I'm trying to keep it manageable so I can get the dragon pretty quickly. So that's why this weekend I'd like to do Seed of Sacrifice. And thanks, Who's. I've been at a complete loss in this matter were it not for your invaluable assistance. I imagine I'm not the only one singing your praises this day. Speaking of which... Look at you two. Thick as thieves you are. Seems we was right. A rather brisk greeting even for you. Something on your minds? It was awfully convenient for Who's to put on a grand show of skill just as we were scratching our noggin over new techniques. No wagers was me lordship what had him pulling the trigger. How did you... What, did you think you was being sneaky? That notoriously helpful champion of Ishgard popping up right when and where we need him? Unlikely. It's not that we're ungrateful, you see, we were trying so hard to follow in your wake. It's like being lost at sea and finding an island that's not on the map. A bit perplexing, but welcome all the same. And guess what we were saying is that you've given us our bearings and firm footing to start charting our own course. There you have it. Further proof my prospect armor was in fine working order when it first chirped in your presence. Set our piece. It's time we got back to squeezing them triggers. Keep an eye out, me lordship. Soon enough, we'll be the ones showing you what a machinist can do. Was my subterfuge truly so transparent? But how swiftly my charges have grown and how easily did it slip my notice. So unlike the deliberate evolution of my inventions. Let's not forget your astounding development. I dare say no barrage of shots has ever proven so instructional. Thank you again, Who's, and do feel free to stop by or drop by the manufacturer from time to time, even when we're not threatened by some peace-shattering crisis. Oh yeah, that's not happening. I mean, nothing bad happened today. Like, everything that happened today was pretty much on the up and up. I'm a machinist, not a man. It's Samurai, and this is in Kugane. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna relay off of my friend's house and then teleport to Kugane that way. This is what I really should do, is just half the time I forget, and the money that you spend teleporting is not even that much. I'm expecting to sell my Tempest adhesive at some point in the next 24 hours anyway. He still has his house, which is hilarious. Like, strategically speaking, this is actually a very good house to have. Can't hate. Alright, what is it again? Oh, Christ, I can't use this thumbstick at all. The Anantamate's Tale. Legend of Moose. Yeah, it's that one. Cool. That is the Seki Segumi. Yes, you can get houses. It's awful. You're not going to get one. And it's not because of anything wrong with you. It's because the housing market in this game is absolutely fucking stupid. I genuinely wish people the best of luck. Because the way it used to be is that you could sell a house to someone. And what you could do is you could advertise, hey, I'm moving servers, or hey, I want to sell a house. So what people would do is they would, someone would say, I want to buy your house. So then they would both go to the respective house, which would be somewhere in some ward. The owner would demolish the housing, they would pay them, the owner would demolish it, then the person who paid for it would show up and buy it right away, so it wouldn't have any turnaround time. Basically, it would be only free for the amount of time it took for them to then buy the house. And Square didn't like that, because Square doesn't like anything. So they made it so that when you demolish a house, there is an invisible timer that is applied to that plot of land once it's relinquished, where no one knows what it is, only internally the game knows it, and after that timer, it randomly just goes up. So now the new problem is that people with bots and auto clickers will just sit there at that house, just constantly checking it over and over and over and over and over and over and over. So trying to get a house in this game is borderline impossible, because the bots will just stand there all day. Because they'll just stand there all day until it goes up. You want to stand there all day and hit buttons until you get it? I'm about to depart for Ursa to visit Master Muso-Sai's grave to tell him of our victory over Ugetsu. You should come to me at this juncture is most fortuitous. Would you do me the honor of accompanying me on this journey? Thank you, my friend. Unless you wonder, I'm not forgotten about Momozigo. I will call upon him as well. Upon arriving, let's first go to the quicksand. Housing in this game has always been an issue, and no matter how many wards they add, no matter how much stuff they put in this game, it never gets better, is the problem. See, like, I have a house. I have a free company house, an apartment that I never use, this house, which is basically like the only house I use. Another friend of mine has a house that's currently not being demolished because of COVID, and then another friend who shared it with me, who I've had access to that forever. And then basically what I really should be using is each one as a waypoint for when I need to get to Kugane, because teleporting to houses is always inexpensive. As you can see, it caps out at 250. It's never expensive. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I'm trying to get a large house. If you see, this is a large house. I want to get a house like this, and I have the money to do so. The problem is, because they're so rare, it's hard to get them. I think that's a small. This is a small, and this is a medium right here. Like, this does everything I need. I just want it for vanity purposes, and someday I'll get it if I fucking live long enough. It's just never gonna happen. Alright, where am I going? Hold up. Terrible. And you could design stuff in your house. You could put fish tanks and stuff on the walls and change the wallpaper and the flooring and all that stuff. Yeah, that thing I've always run into in these streams is completely customizable. I just never customize it. It serves my needs, it serves my purposes, and that's it. I don't need to do anything extra. Housing in this game is a disaster. But most games don't have housing, so I mean, like, is it really worse than anything else? Not really. I'm afraid Momozigo isn't here. According to the folk here, he's in the midst of preparing for another spectacle. Though I'm curious as to what he has in store. We shouldn't keep Master Musosai waiting. Let's go to his grave first. The place was in the Silver Bazaar. Let's be on our way. Well, we actually kind of have to travel a little bit to get there. Actually, it's probably faster to just do this. Pretty sure this is where it is. Yep. Sure. My favorite. Apparently this is Kryle's Japanese voice actress. I need to move the ruby dragon. Because Seed of Sacrifice is going to be a fucking cutscene fight. And I'm kind of annoyed that they still have cutscene fights, but I mean, it's whatever. It's not as bad as Stormblood, where every fucking fight was a cutscene fight. Alright, get out of here. The town is much livelier than I recall, and there are folk attired as samurai besides. Curious, but come, Master Musosai awaits. Familiar maiden. Your merchant samurai was with Master Musosai. You and him saved me from that vile moneylender. Thanks to you, I could go back to Nurse Da back to health. Whenever that Master Musosai had passed away, I came to pay my respects. May Thal rest his soul. Samurai-esque. So basically, he throws a festival where he tries to spread the news about samurais. It's a shame it's a cloudy day. Hopefully the cutscene is like a nice evening, you know? Nope. We did it, Master Musosai. Who's standing with us? We defeated Ugetsu and put an end to his madness. Your teachings, your legacy, they live on the Sekisei Gumi, so please rest easy. 'Tis done. Thank you for accompanying me. I won't stand for this mummery. It sounds like trouble. Oh no. He's wearing a cowboy hat. Dressing like a samurai doesn't make you one. You bastard sully Master Musosai's memory. Balls, it's you. Ooh. Man knows you and Master Musosai both. I would find out who he is. Man, I look good in this armor. I'm telling you, Gordius has some of the best armor sets in this game. Like, the problem is just finding someone to run Gordius with you. Not that it's even difficult. I mean, at this DPS, you could pretty much destroy the shit out of it. I don't remember who this guy is. I'm kind of hoping that Gosetsu shows up eventually someday. Forgive me, I learned my lesson. Since you trounced me on the ship, I've mended my ways. You're that false samurai. I'm never pronouncing that. Austere green? A bodyguard to a serial killer who thought he could take you on, but I've stopped selling my sword to crooks. I lead an honest life now, selling toad oil. Seems to me the evil in this man has been excised. You have not to fear from whose. Please be at ease and tell us the cause of your earlier outburst. You see, after I saw what a true samurai could do, I knew I wanted to become one too, so I saw Master Musosai out, hoping he'd take me on as a pupil, only to learn he'd already passed away. Since then, I've been visiting his grave every day in order to get inspiration. Recently, though, someone's been telling the tale of Master Musosai's quest to right wrongs at the quicksand. On account of that, people started dressing up like samurai and flocking to his grave like it's some kind of God's damn spectacle. But they're false, the whole lot of them, falser than I ever was. I had the honor of knowing Master Musosai, and the Master Musosai I knew would be glad if his tale inspired others to follow in his footsteps. And though he was a solitary man, he did not spurn the company of others. I don't believe he would mind the crowds. Really? Well, I suppose you'd know better than me, but of course. Might be Master Musosai is gone, but you were his pupil. I beg you, teach me how to be a true samurai. This man is giving a heartfelt speech about how he changed his life from being an asshole. And all you can do, he's like, please, I beg you, teach me. Please teach me. I had to fucking save that. My only regret is I didn't save the first part, which is where he says, I please teach me. I don't have the time. Sorry. Sorry, asshole. Who's as much demands on his time as I'm in a position to take up pupils, but if you're determined to learn, I invite you to come to Kugane. I can introduce you to the schools of swordsmanship. I mean, I could train the Far East, where it all began. I'd love nothing more. It'd be a dream come true. Very well, a long journey is better with company. Let's return to Kugane together. I wonder, there's someone who has been telling the tale of Master Musosai's quest. It seems to me it can only be one person. It would be a shame to have come all this way and not see our friend. Let's try visiting the quicksand again. But first off, dude, you gotta ditch that fucking hat. That hat has to go. I'm sorry. Like, look, I know that maybe I don't always wear the most ridiculously cool stuff. Like, I have to compile my stuff into 15 glamour plates, but that hat has to go. I'm sorry. Cowboy Samurai is not working out for you. Adventurer. I don't have the time. Please teach me. I want you to make my life better. I genuinely want to. I'm humbled by his teachings and I've righted the wrongs of my life. And all he does is like, nope. Momozigo is indeed a storyteller, and luck would have it, he's about to begin another session. I don't have the time. I can't help you. I'm gonna try to do one run of Ravenaster before we quit. Just so that way no one can say I didn't try. Do you get anything for doing all these, actually? I don't think so. Yeah. Okay. Gather you around, one and all, and listen to my tale. A tale that began with an unlikely meeting between a young adventurer and elderly samurai hailing from the Far East. Known as Musosai, the samurai took on challengers upon the blood sands. Many answered his call, but none had an answer to his transcendent swordsmanship. For a time, it seemed he would go undefeated. But there came, and one unassuming adventurer, wielding the katana, a foreign weapon he had theretofore never held. He fought with heart and skill to claim victory. There's no good caster helmets, by the way. After journeying the realm over, vanquishing evil together, never could the adventurer have imagined that for his final test, he must vanquish Musosai himself. Yo, these people are fucking bored, homie. Left with no recourse, he drew his katana and faced his friend and master. A grueling battle unfolded, with neither side yielding a single ilm. The adventurer brought his all to bear, but he was matched at every turn by Musosai, who unleashed technique after deadly technique, betraying no signs of the illness that ravaged his body. but at the end of the contest of equals, it was the younger samurai who dealt the final blow to the victor. His master had trained him well. As he lay battered and bloodied on the snow, Musosai demanded that his pupil finish it. Shutting his eyes tight, the adventurer raised his katana. Whoosh, the blade traced a vicious arc. The shorty looks like a cloud. It looks like cloud, I'm sorry. And cleaved empty air, the adventurer had excised the evil in Musosai, as Musosai himself had done for those who could yet be redeemed. So as the elderly samurai found peace in his final moment, it said that his soul now rests atop the cliff by the Silver Bazaar, where he gazes out at the setting sun. And somewhere out there, the young adventurer continues his noble master's legacy, fighting for justice and vanquishing evil wheresoever it should exist. Did we tell them about the first? So ends my tale, The Legend of Musosai. Thank you all for your kind attention. You know, this Horgaden dude could actually have a really good story if they were to ever focus on him, but it won't happen. He'll come back. It's just, you know, it would be cool to see, like, some generic grunt finding his way in life, not being an asshole anymore. I genuinely do like these quests. Even the ones that are a little bit boring, I genuinely do like them. I think the worst was Bard. Bard was pretty... Nothing happened with Bard, really. You know, it's hard to do this with Eula on the audience, but it's good to see you all, even Mr. Fake Samurai. You're doubtless wondering how I fell into my new calling. Well, during my trip to Kugane, I had the chance to hear a storyteller at the Muji Koza. I knew right away that this was what I wanted to do, what my gift of the gab was meant for. It was a masterful and heartfelt retelling. I pray that you will continue to share the tale of Master Musosai with all the world. You can depend on it, though of course, if I'm to be a storyteller worth my salt, I'll need some variety in my repertoire. Because you're still out there doing your adventuring, aren't you? Don't you have any new tales to share that could make for a good yarn? The struggle to save the first. Great, we now have to tell a bunch of randoms about this too. By the 12, your quest to right the wrongs took you across the rift into another world. Truth, it really is stranger than fiction. Thanks, Hughes. This will be a splendid addition to my tales. I'm afraid it's time we start our ship. Brief though it was, I'm glad for our reunion. I'm going to train hard in Hingashi, and I'm going to come back a real samurai. Just you watch. If your travel should bring you to Kugane again, please come and seek me out at the barracks. Till next time. I think the pretender would have a change of heart and try to become a true samurai. The old man will be pleased. It goes to show Musosai's legacy lives on in you, and it takes root even in the hearts of those you sliced up. So keep fighting the good fight, my friend, and remember to visit me from time to time to share more of your tales. I don't think there's like a finale quest for doing all the job quests, right? I don't think so. I think that's it. If I scroll up, I don't think so. The role quests lead into their own type of quest, which is kind of cool. They lead into the void quests, which I think that's really awesome that they do that. All right, anyway, we'll finish on hopefully this. If it doesn't take me forever to get in, that would be like super awesome. 8 minutes. What's the time on tanks, honestly? Okay, forget it. I'm sorry I even asked. Sorry I even asked. I don't know why I even bothered. I don't even think there's much else for me to really do. It's actually kind of an empty feeling, to be truthful with you, now that I'm done with those. I've been putting them off for a year, and now I just nothing. Although, in fairness, there's going to be more in, like, another year. Or, what is it, 6 months? I guess Shadowbringers, because what would happen normally is that usually the expansions come out in, like, June. Obviously, due to COVID, it's coming out later. Like they said, it's coming out, like, fall, basically. End of 2021. So I could see, it coming out in, like, late August, September, October. Honestly, the later the better. I'll be completely truthful with you. I kind of hope it comes out like way later than normal. And then after I run this, I'm done. Because the only reason I'm running it, I need to farm this, by the way. That's what really kills me about it, is I need 18 of these and 18 of these. And I can't, man. I can't sit through these. And then 15 Debulum Regani runs. But that's easier, because I feel like that's less grindy. And I don't mind doing like 5 of those a week. It's not really great. But you only have to do this step for the relic once. But by fuck did they make it a ridiculously long and obnoxious step. They were not kidding with this shit at all. And I mean, it's not even that it's hard. It's just a fucking grind. Ugh. And I mean, I could do fates, but man, you know how many fates I've done in this game? If there's an option to not do fates, I'd rather do that. I'll be completely honest with you. I'd rather not do anything that involves that. I'll be completely truthful with you, Chief. And next week, the first thing I'm doing, because it's what day is it today? Today's Tuesday, right? Yeah, I capped on Tuesday. For some reason, I did the math wrong in my head, and I thought I would get to 1,000 today. So I was like, oh crap, I need to cap so I could play Gunbreaker. Yeah, I didn't cap at all. It sucks. What can I do? They're never going to have housing on the 1st. Oh well, whatever. And after this, I get to go eat. What was I doing again? Oh, yeah. So let me show you. I went actually to visit Geralt's, like, alternate ego guy here. He doesn't do anything, so I don't know if they're ever going to do anything with him. He just gives you the armor, which isn't even good anymore because you don't even need the, like, you could just do fucking Memora Misera. What do they have for this? I need a closed caster helm, and it really sucks that you can't find one ever. Like, it really bothers me that there are no, like, closed caster helms besides the Law's Order one. And I really want the Law's Order gear, but I do not want to farm Savage. I used to think that looked good. I don't want it anymore. Like, this coat isn't bad. It's not trash. And obviously it's best in slot, so I actually do need it. But man, what else is there? Like, I just want more good stuff. I'm actually getting close to Biss with Red Mage. I need 2 upgrade materials and then some more Cloud of Darkness. And other than that, 530 for casters is pretty easy to get. Obviously, it's a little bit easier when you're not spending any actual tomes on it. But you know how it is. So hypothetically, if I want to buy Esther, I could buy a Crypt Esther for Gunbreaker next week if I really wanted to, but man, I feel like I should. I feel like I get the most out of it. We played with a really good Paladin today. Like, when you, like, I feel like Paladins are either, my experience with Paladins is literally a spectrum. Right? Everything in life can be reduced to a spectrum. But on one end of the spectrum, you have complete shitheads who have no clue what they're doing. And on the other end of the spectrum, you have absolute geniuses who are like top 50 in the world, top 100. And there's very little in between. Like, most things you would say is a bell curve. This is more like a valley. Like, there's a lot of people on one end and a lot of people on the other end. And it's not like a complete slump into the middle. And I'm doing hand motions like you could actually see it. But, like, it's a little bit like a weird, like, wiggle. Okay, can I even show paint? Nah, I'm not gonna fucking put paint on the stream right now. That's too much work. But yeah, it's kind of like a weird valley, you know, like everything is usually like a sine curve in life. Like, that's not really a sine curve. So yeah, I need to do 10 more runs of each. 10 more runs of both Void Ark and Rabanaster. Yeah, you see how excited I am for it? Yeah, that's basically me. But yeah, since I'm on the Beast Tribe thing, the way Beast Tribes work is that for a Realm Reborn, you get all 4 of these 4 right here, except Ixal, you get them to level 4, and they basically soft cap. And then you get them all to 4, and it opens up what's called an Allied Beast Tribe mission, which requires these to be at 4, and this Ixal to be at 7. And then you do that, and then they all go to 8, which for a Realm Reborn, 8 is considered Allied. For everything else, 9 is considered Allied, and 8 is Bloodsworn. I didn't even know that they could go higher than Bloodsworn, so I've just never done it. So I'm gonna do that at some point. Not on a stream though. Trust me, Beast Tribe missions are literally just repetition. They're the definition of a daily. You're not missing anything at all. But yeah, the only thing I don't want to do is I don't really know if I want to spend on the, what's it called? The Gunbreaker Sword. Because I'm about to get the augmented mana trigger anyway. And if I show you, the augmented gunblade is pretty shit. Like, it's not that good. Or is it? Like, this is okay. It has critical. But as you can see, the Dark Knight Sword is a clear winner. 100%. This is, like, okay, because crit is the main stat. This is not complete trash. Right? Doesn't even look good. And of course, when you play DPS, you get like a whole bunch of good shit. What does this look like? Yeah, this looks cool as fuck, man. Dragoons actually had the better headpiece this time around. Like, look at this. You can even dye it like fucking white. Now that looks cool. Which is exactly why tanks can't have it. Actually heartbreaking. I'm sorry, what? The fuck? Are you serious? Oh, I'm getting this. Are you crazy? Hell yeah? Look at this shit. Yo, this is gonna be, like, godlike to wear. Hold on. I gotta do this. Bruh. Are you kidding me? Look at this. Look at this. This is fucking amazing. Like, it doesn't go with the whole Magitech theme, but we don't really have, like, a ton of closed helmets on Healer and Caster. Look at this. This is awesome. I'm so mad right now I didn't buy this, and I'm gonna have to wait till, like, basically April to get it. I'm so tight. I'm so tight that I can't get this till like May, but whatever, it's fine. It's not a huge deal. It's always gonna be here. That looks so fucking good. Compared to this, oh, I can't even remove it. Like what I'm wearing is not bad, but that looks great. Ugh, so fucking good. See, sometimes the tome gear is actually good. You just gotta know where to look. Maybe not this. Yeah, maybe not everything. Usually headpieces. So yeah, that's kind of where I stand on that. But I am legitimately debating whether or not I should upgrade. Well, first of all, whether or not I should even spend my pages on that. I feel like I shouldn't, right? I could upgrade my pants, and that will generally benefit me across the board. That's what I mean. It's really decisions like this that really, you know, it makes you feel a certain type of way about upgrading gear. This tier isn't all terrible, though. But I am still wearing a 510 chest piece, just because. If you think I'm wearing anything else, you're wrong. Like, this isn't terrible. Because what happens... Okay, so this is what happens to the relic weapons, right? You see how this is... Well, I've removed it. You see how it's 353 crit and 504 tenacity? The next step, once you do this... So the step I'm on is to clear and get 18 of each of these crystals. I'm at 7 and I'm at 8 for one of them. I need to do Evil East raids. I need to do another 10 fucking raids of each, which I'm trying to do one a day, but I need to do more than one a day. If I do 2 of each a day, that's like 2 hours or something, maybe more, maybe less. But I would get it done by the end of the week. After that, you have to run Delubrum Regani 15 times. 15. And then what happens is when you turn that in, you're able to allocate the stats for this relic as you see fit, which I don't think that's been done since Stormblood. Oh, well, I guess that was last expansion. Yeah, but who really did the fucking Stormblood relics? Let's be honest here. Let's really be honest here. How many people got all the Stormblood relics? Probably even fewer than people that got all the Zodiac weapons because of how Eureka was. And, like, you could play Eureka with 2 people. Yeah, you think it's as fun as playing with 144? Not even close. You think it's even as fun as playing with 50? Not even close. I'm telling you, the way to fix Eureka is to make it so people can come in at, like, level 30, right? Like, level 50. And they can level from 50 to 70, right? Oh, here we go. That's how you fix Eureka, is you just remove the fucking class shit, and you just have people come in and do whatever. That was quick. I love Royal City of Rabanastre. I really hope that this plays a role. I feel like Endwalker is going to be us trying to unite all the people around the world for this global threat, because no one is safe as far as we're concerned. And if you think I'm doing Orborn, I mean, technically the fastest way to do this would be to queue for everything, but do you think I want to wipe on Orborn 1,000 times? No, I don't. At least the music is good. What are these two wearing? Are they like twins? What is going on here? Oh, they're both perfect legends. Yeah, they're healer pair, aren't they? Absolutely. What chest is this anyway? I like the design on the back. Eastern Lee's Eric's coat. Okay, cool. Hooray. Remember when I used to do this just for fun? Yeah, now it's required for a relic. Someone left already, that's nice. Healer, Alliance B. Yeah, there's no way in hell you could convince me to tank this 1,000 times. I don't pay that much attention, sorry. Like, after a certain point in every fight, I have to kind of fight to stay conscious, just because I'm not really built to fucking keep my attention for a long period of time. Wait, where'd the Dragoon go? Oh, I'm a piece of shit. I didn't even see where the Dragoon went. Please. Bard. Bard. Okay, cool. Thank you. Don't worry, I got you covered. Alright, I need to get the fuck out. Ah! Remember when people actually did these mechanics? I remember. What a lifetime ago. Good times. Oh yeah, take it easy, Ash. Have a good one. No, the stream is over after this anyway. The cool part about Mateus is you could literally skip Mateus so quickly. After this, I'm gonna go make hamburgers anyway. Now that's what I got to look forward to. You don't need to run from this. This won't even kill you anymore. not even worth popping acceleration. Yay! I always love how Ramza talks like he's gonna solo these monsters at all. I don't even think he even enters the arena. Dude is such a cocksucker, man. Such a fucking cocksucker. Oh, fuck. I kind of hate Molinet. It's not even a bad move. I just hate having to move up. You could core Molinet, but like, why? Why would you do that? How much do you hate yourself? Oh! Oh! Trolling. Oh, man. I love the red chocobo. There he goes. Fucking trolling. Alright, anyway, moving on. I really wish Reprise was a lower level sometimes. Like, I just genuinely don't want to throw my fucking shit at anyone half the time. It's such a nice, easy move to use, you know? Remember when we used to give countdowns and shit for this? I shouldn't have used acceleration there. I'm not gonna Manificate then. You can use you can do the Manification shit if you have only one stack of acceleration. There's enough time to use it. If you have to force your thing, I think you could also use it at 2 maybe, if you really need to force it. But you shouldn't really force your fucking Verholy at all. That just seems like a waste. Here, I'm not gonna do that. Oh, we skipped a mechanic. I've never done that before. We skipped a mechanic. He's supposed to jump and do his cutter after some towers. Yeah, that didn't happen. We literally skipped that. That's fucking crazy. Alright, perfect. Wow. Didn't even drop the things. This is like peak performance. Hilarious. Oh, that's slightly less hilarious. This is kind of shit fucking up. Alright, cool, whatever. Whoop! That's probably a few more people dead. That shit hits really hard. wonder if using Jolt to fast track yourself onto your dash combo is actually better in most circumstances. It could be. Like, if you're at, like, 77, 77, or closer to 80, right? Would it just be better to Jolt? Obviously, you know, you need to keep them unequal, but you know what I mean. Like, would it technically just be better to Jolt that? Because then otherwise you would need to cast yet another set of spells, and I could see how that would be, like, inefficient, right? Because all you're doing is delaying yourself, like, right now, honestly. Like, come on, what the fuck? I'm hitting both of them, right? I think I am. I think it's just not displaying it, which is kind of weird. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm kind of autopiloting. That's why I like playing Red Mage. I could res in this, and I could just kind of like mentally autopilot. There are a lot of Dragoons here. There's a lot of times I just play these roulettes, and it's just a bunch of ranged. It's actually kind of nice to see more melee. Like, obviously, there's melee when you play Savage, but I think a lot of people just play ranged because it's easier, you're not up close. You know, it's whatever. It's just kind of the natural inclination. Or, I'm sorry, disposition. So, I mean, this shit's quick. Barely been in here 10 minutes, we're already halfway done. Yeah, now you're starting to see why I like to do this while watching other stuff. Was this required for the... No, nothing. Stormblood Relic could be done entirely in Eureka, and that's the problem, is that it becomes a death sentence. No one wants to... Like, you have to go into Eureka to do it, and you can only go into Eureka and do it, and that's the problem. And at least here, they don't have that problem. They distinctly made it so it could be done outside of Eureka, so that's kind of nice. Now, it might not be the best, but it's definitely better than anything to do with Stormblood Relics, which is why most people... I have the Anemos Relics. I guess after a certain point in my life, I'm just going to have to fucking accept that I'm probably never getting the rest. Unless they actually change the way it is and just how Eureka plays. And it's not the nerfing of Eureka that's the problem. It's the rewards that's the problem. You don't get enough rewards per the amount of time spent to really make it feel like it was justified. And all the fucking time you sunk into it. There's one of these that always gets me, and it comes really quick. I forget what it comes after. He's gonna jump. Look at this. He's almost at 50%. Wow, we went right to ad phase. Yeah, like no one went in here. Remember when you had to put up markers for this? What universe was that, am I right? I don't know why people stay there and take it. I guess it doesn't kill them, so no one bothers. It doesn't really mean anything. It might actually feed LB more, because this is Stormblood content. Whatever, I don't really care. No one is gonna give a shit. Literally no one. Zero. Oh, what is this bullshit? Oh, this is the thing. Hilarious. I would have gotten closer, but literally, yeah, that happened. Yeah, it's this. I hate that one in particular. This is actually a really good group. We are skipping a lot of the mechanics of this fight. And the last one. I was very surprised that he didn't get to jump for the cutting edge or whatever it's called. I've never seen that before. I've done this for years now and never seen that. Not even once. Yeah, you really kind of need to intentionally defuse those, but no one really dies from it, so it doesn't really matter. This legitimately might be the fastest run of this I'll ever do. Because I had a Void Arc run where none of the tanks wanted to tank earlier today. And we still cleared it just fine. I mean, what's going to stop you from clearing Void Arc, honestly? Void Arc was easy when it came out. Like, I've only maybe wiped on Void Arc, like, maybe twice. Once to Kahulain and, what's the other one? The stupid ad phase. Because we filled up the room with gas, like, multiple times over, and just, you can't purify it after a point. It just gets worse and worse, and you die from it. And that's how I know that's how I know that any of that actually happens, because you would legitimately play for 1,000 hours and never know that that happens. Not even once. I'm waiting. Okay, cool. Was I in that? Okay. Sometimes I see my foot in it, and I'm not sure if that's just the animation of casting or what. I have to jolt this. Please give me something good. I mean, it's the best I could do. See if I can do this. Ugh. What a nightmare. Oh, nice. I don't have one. I'm gonna kind of focus boss. Oh, he goes invincible. Fuck. I was doing so well. Oh, that sucks. This really sucks. Alright, forget it. I would quantify this almost as a speed kill. If we were like super peak performance, we would be out within 20 minutes. But that's okay. Please give me turn away. I don't know how to solve this one. I'm just gonna fucking hit through it. I don't care. I don't know how to solve that one. It's like get close and do nothing, but I've never seen it work properly, so. It's not very obvious what the opposite of flee and do not stop is. And I think if you're attacking, that also triggers it, which makes no sense. Because you can attack while fleeing and not stopping. It says nothing about doing actions at all. Whatever. Please don't give me that one again. You motherfuckers! I genuinely don't know how to do that. Hilarious. He'll give it to me again a third time. Okay, good. Yeah, see, you can do this. Let me just fucking swift cast. Whatever. He did like 3 lines at once. That's ridiculous. Oh, you shouldn't have done that. Oh. Man, I'm good at this. Oh, man, I love this game. Alright. Well, that's a GG. Oops. Anything good? Nope. Goodbye. Get me out of here. Hey, Snowman. Welcome to the stream. By the way, stream's over. I'm sorry. I did say I was leaving after this. And I am actually kind of hungry. So I will totally end the stream here. Thank you all for stopping by. Tomorrow's stream is Pokemon. Is it? Yeah. Yeah, it is. And Thursday's stream is, I don't even know. I might do Dead Space, if I'm honest with you. So that might be Dead Space. I'll have to see. I need to get around to doing the stuff I always keep saying I need to get around to doing, and I never do. So, big ups. I'm literally peacing out. In fact, I'm going to close 14 because I'm done. Oh, am I? Yes. Wait, am I? I have no clue. Yeah, dude, you turned up at the end of the stream. This is the good night section. But anyway, thank you for stopping by. I will see you soon because I do want to record some stuff and I do want to do some other things before I go to bed. So yeah, have a good one. Peace. Looney Tunes, play. Good night.
I'm gonna dedicate the rest of my life to forgetting it.
I mean, this is look, man. I am suffering. It's hard to take. How many years?
You have a tight body. Yes. I see that from your tight pants. Yes, you are tight like a tiger.
I'm fighting for my life. Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Sir.
I kid you not, Cloud. He turns himself into a pickle. He's called Pickle Rick. Funniest shit I've seen.
Get help.